Hello, welcome my dear students. You are welcome to my video number 3. In my last video, I have presented model answers to assignment for Math 30-1 Alberta. Now still I am continuing model answers for multiple choice of transformation assignment. In my previous video, we have completed answers to short questions, answer to multiple choice question up to question number 10. Now we have to start from question number 11 to 16. Actually, before doing question number 11, let's start question number 12 first, because as it needs to take some time to draw the diagram, before starting the video, I have set up this diagram. Okay, question number 12 says, the graph of y equals gx. The graph of y equals gx. This is the graph drawn by this red color. The graph of y equals gx is the image of the graph y equals f of x. That is the graph drawn by this solid purple line. The red line graph is the image of the solid purple line graph. What is an equation of the image? What is an equation of the image graph in terms of function f? Actually, when we compare with our previous question, this takes some time to understand and get the answer. Okay, first let's see what kind of transformation has been applied for the original function. Actually, to our convenience, I have drawn the diagram for the graph of our intermediate steps. First of all, let's look at this dotted purple color one. Small dot purple color one. Actually, I have applied some stretch. When you compare the original graph and the image graph has been stretched horizontally. That means I have drawn another graph by stretching the original graph. This is this one. That means, as I mentioned in my previous example, I am following SRT rule here. I do stretch first, then reflection, finally translation. After stretching this, when I stretch this, actually, I have looked for this shape. By looking this shape, by maintaining this shape of red color graph, I draw the stretch graph. After that, what happened? Then I went to reflection. I am going to reflection. That means this small dot graph has been reflected about x-axis. Then we are getting this inverted graph, inverted dash graph. Then reflection. After that, this inverted graph is translated both horizontally left and vertically up to get this finer red color graph. Okay, now let's identify relevant parameters. What kind of things happen? Stretch, horizontal stretch, vertical stretch, reflection about x-axis, horizontal vertical translation. I think everything is applied because at the beginning I said sometimes we may get the question with all 6 kind of transformation. This question is look like that. In addition to that, they have provided some important things. Corresponding points are labeled. Okay, that is a key word. In the question, it has been given this important information. Corresponding points are labeled. What are the corresponding points? P and P prime. That means P has been transformed to P prime. In the original graph, okay, this is like this, P. In the final graph, P is located like this. Okay, I just draw the shape only, okay, just shape. This is original graph. This is a symmetrical axis. This is point P. Point P is moving to, point P is transformed to P prime. In order to identify the stretch, we have to figure out some distances measured from some reference level. Actually, this is the distance from the symmetrical line to the P in the original graph. This is the distance to the symmetrical line, distance from the symmetrical line to the P prime in the image graph. If we figure out these two distances, we can easily identify the horizontal stretch factor. Horizontal stretch factor. Now what is this one? This distance is, we have to identify this distance. This is 2. Because by looking this coordinate, S coordinate of P is, this is 2. The coordinate of this one is just as a numerical figure, magnitude, this is 2 and this is 2. That means this distance is 2. This is 2. What is this distance? Distance from the symmetrical axis to the P prime. This value is 3. I noticed this value is 3 by looking the graph. S coordinate here. S coordinate corresponding to P prime is 7. Then 7 minus 3 is 4. That means this distance is 4. Okay. That is once again distance from symmetrical axis to P. Horizontal distance 2. That is this one in this diagram. Then horizontal distance from image graph symmetrical axis to the P prime is 4. That is this one. Now we can figure out horizontal stretch factor. Horizontal stretch factor is 4 by 2. That is 2. But horizontal stretch factor is 1 upon B. That means B is equal to 1/2. That is one thing. Okay. But as there is no reflection about x-axis, we can say that is just +1/2. What is vertical stretch factor? Vertical stretch factor is, we have to figure out this distance. That means this distance divided by this distance. This is the vertical distance between P to this vertex, this is a fixed point. This is the vertical distance between P prime to this point. I have worked out these distances. From this crown to P, that is 2 directly. That is this one, okay? This is 2. Also from this crown to this point, I work out this as 8, because here to here 5 plus 3, 8. Now what is vertical stretch factor? 8 upon 2, that is 4. That means A is equal to 4. Now we already found some important information, okay? A is equal to 4, A is equal to 4, B is equal to 1/2. Other information are very easy to find. Graph has to be reflected about x-axis. That means simply we have to insert minus sign in the right side. Okay, finally we can figure out the horizontal and vertical translation. It is easy. Let's look at these two graphs. This is a first step, this is a second step, this is a third step. Stretch, reflection, translation. Stretch, reflection, translation. Okay, let's figure out these two figures. What is translation? This is actually 3. Horizontal translation, 3 unit left. Vertical translation, 3 unit up. Okay, this value is 3 from here to here. Okay, now I will erase these things. By looking the graph, you understand h is equal to, that is minus 3, k is equal to plus 3. Okay, now everything is finalized. Vertical stretch factor, horizontal stretch factor, that means values of A and B, HK, the graph is reflection about x-axis. That means the new graph should be y equal, insert minus sign because of the reflection about x-axis, function of B is 1/2, then S minus H, X minus H means S plus 3. Plus K is 3. Okay, this is standard graph, y equal A is minus 1 because of the reflection about x-axis. Function of B, we already figured out B value, S minus H, S minus 3 is plus 3 plus K. You can move this to left side, that means y minus 3 equal minus f half s plus 3. Okay. Also, what is the stretch factor? We have to put 4 here, okay? Y equal A times. Previously, I described about the intermediate transformation, only considering reflection. When you incorporate all A, B, H and K with the reflection, this is the final answer. Okay, now correct answer is D. Answer is option number D. Okay, now let's move back to question number 11. Because of the lengthy description, as I had to draw the diagram before the video, I did it before. Now let's move to question number 11. The question says, the graph of y equal f of x is horizontally compressed by a factor of 1/3. That means horizontal stretch factor is 1/3. Don't worry about this compression means if the factor is a fraction, the stretch should be actually compression. Vertical compressed by factor of half. That is, vertical stretch factor is half. Now let's figure out this value. That's means 1 upon B equal to 1/3. B is equal to 3. That is one information. From here we know A is equal to 1 half. That is another information. Okay. And reflected in y-axis. Reflected in y-axis means we have to insert negative sign in front of x. What is the equation of the image of the function? Okay, let's write the standard graph. Y equal A f b x minus h plus k. Okay, they are not talking about the k, that means k value is 0 here. Now what's the answer? Here also not applicable, h value is 0. If horizontal and vertical translation are not applicable, that is 0. If other parameters are not applicable, that means that is equal to 1. Okay? Some people are saying all 0, all 1. That is wrong. You have to be careful with that one. If A and B not applicable, that means these values equal to 1. If translations are not applicable, these values are 0. That means this will reduce to A f of bx. Also there is a horizontal translation. Sorry, no horizontal translation. Reflected about y-axis. Okay, let's put A value here. Half function of b is 3. But as it says, the function is reflection, the graph is reflected in y-axis, you have to put negative sign here. Okay, that means this is the answer. This answer means, answer number is option A. Answer is option A. Now 11 and 12 are done. Okay, let's move to the question number 13. Let's move to question number 13. Actually, question number 13, all information have been provided word in word, that is using the description. This says, which statement below describes how the graph of y plus 2 is equal to negative 3, 3 by 2, 3 by 2, s plus 3, cube is related to the graph y equal s cube. Here they have described, they have provided the information in the different way. The question asks how this graph is related to graph of this. In other words, we have been asked to describe the transformation, to convert this second graph to first graph. Okay, let's identify transformation parameters. When you compare these two graphs, what can you see? This is something to the power 3. This is s to the power 3. That means x has been replaced. That means in the second graph, s has been replaced by this everything. That means we can identify value of b. There is a coefficient in front of this s term. that is B is equal to 3 by 2. H is equal to negative 3. As I am telling from the beginning, always you have to create negative sign and identify the H value. When you create negative sign, the remaining terms would be negative 3. That means H is negative 3. Then what else? B is done, H is done. Don't confuse with this one, okay? This is from the function. 3. A is 3. A is 3. There is a reflection about x-axis. I am not writing this, okay? Okay, now without reading the answer, without reading the options, if you describe what will happen. Also k is here. K is minus 2. That means the second graph, y equal s cube, the graph of y equal s cube has been vertically stretched by factor 3 by looking this. Reflection about x-axis. Then translate horizontally left. Translate horizontally left by factor by unit 3. Translate vertically down by 2. What is horizontally stretched factor? B is 3 by 2 mean 1 upon B equal 2 by 3. This is horizontally stretched factor, okay? HSF. Now when you compile everything those, A is out because A is saying stretch factor 3 by 2. That should be 2 by 3. Okay, when I am reading this, I understand that D is the right answer. D is the right answer. D is the answer matching with all these findings. Okay, that is answer is D. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 14. Question number 14. A transformation image of graph of y equal f of x is represented by the equation transformation image of the graph y equal fx is represented by the equation y plus 2 equal OF negative 2 s plus 3. The point 0 negative 18. The point 0 negative 18 lie on the image graph. Okay. This time the story is different. They are given the particular point on the image graph, not on the original graph. What are the coordinates of the corresponding point on the graph of y equal fx? Okay, we have to find this point. Let's say s0 and y0. And this is look like original point. Okay, this is the point on the original graph. This is the particular point on the corresponding point in image graph. Now let's identify all parameters. Okay, let's do this quickly as we have so many experience now by doing the various similar kind of problems. What is A? A is 4. B is negative 2. Okay. H is negative 3. I am not explaining again. Okay. K is negative 2. Now what is the new function, new value? xy will become xy. What's the new coordinate? 1 upon bx Here we have to write b, not absolute value b. You can try the sign also here. Plus h, ay plus k. Okay, this is the general coordinate of the image function, image function coordinate. General coordinate of the point on the image function. That means this is for this 0 and negative 18. We have to figure out x and y. Let's write this again. By substituting this value, by putting this value, b is negative 2, s is s naught. S naught upon negative 2. What is h? Negative 3. A is 4. 4y naught. What is k? K is negative 2. Okay. That means in terms of this identified numbers, we concluded the coordinate of the image point. But this is matching with, this coordinate should match with 0 and negative 18. That means let's match both x and y coordinates separately. 0 equal to this, 4y naught minus 2 equal negative 18. Let's do one by one, okay? S naught upon negative 2 minus 3 is equal to 0. Let's finish this first, okay? We don't have to write the reason because this is a multiple choice question. Then when you simplify this, you are getting S naught equal negative 6. Let's match y coordinate. 4y naught minus 2 is equal to negative 18. 4y naught equal to negative 16. Y naught equal to negative 4. Now what's the answer? S naught is 6, y naught is negative 4. S naught is negative 6, y naught negative 4. Okay, there is such answer, we are good. That means the corresponding answer is negative 6, negative 4. Okay, this answer negative 6 and negative 4. This is the particular point on the original graph. That means answer number is option B. Answer is option B. Actually, I am writing this here and here as we don't have time to erase and provide this everything. But once you understand that, it's okay. This is the answer. Answer is B. Okay, now let's move to next question. Question number 15. Question number 15. Determine an equation of the inverse of the function y is equal to negative 5x plus 2 divided by 4. We have to determine the equation of the inverse function. Now what's the procedure? In order to find the equation of the inverse function, when the equation has been given, our first step is we have to switch x and b. We have to interchange x and y. Change x and y. X equal negative 5y plus 2 upon 4. Now let's rearrange this. You can multiply both sides by 4. 4x equal negative 5y plus 2. 4x negative 2 equal minus 5y. That means 4x minus 2 divided by minus 5 is equal to y. This answer, okay. What we did actually, you can understand this quickly because this is very simple question. In order to find the inverse function, we have to follow this step. Write down the original function, interchange x and y, switch x and y, then isolate y. Okay, this answer, then answer number is A. Answer is option A. Now let's do our last multiple choice question, question number 16. That says the point M negative 2 and 9 lies on y is equal to f of x. What are the coordinates? What are the coordinates of the image M prime on the graph? We have to find coordinate of M prime. We have to figure out these two coordinates. On the image graph, y equal f inverse is minus 6. Okay, first of all, we have to understand what kind of transformation has been applied to get this image graph. First, inverse, we have to find the coordinate of the inverse function. Then we have to apply this one, horizontal translation, 6 unit time. Okay. Then M will become after applying this inverse function, what will happen? Always in inverse function, the coordinate xy switch to coordinate yx. That means in the inverse function, that means direct inverse function, okay, f inverse x, for the function f inverse x, corresponding coordinate should be 9 and negative 2. This is for the inverse function. O is still y equal f prime x only, okay? We have not done third step. Now let's apply this horizontal translation. H is equal to 6. That means new coordinate is s plus h. Nothing change in y value. That means 9 plus 6, 15. 15 and negative 2. Okay, that means right answer is answer number A. Okay, now I have presented answers, not the model answers, actually exact answers. In general, we say model answers, but in case of multiple choice questions, we have to say we have explained and understand, and we have finalized the exact answers for these multiple choice question. Actually, in these 3 videos, I have explained how to figure out the answers for these multiple choice question. Then we have identified 16 questions. I think this will be useful for your purpose, just for revision of your courses and your future studies for mathematics and other things. Okay, now in my next video, I am going to start the video number 1 for logarithm. Okay, I will start some series of video for the next session logarithm. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.